Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Thursday, 11th July 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Colorado State University, CSU, slightly increases forecast for 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. The Colorado State University CSU, this hemisphere's foremost authority on information related to tropical cyclones, has updated its Atlantic seasonal hurricane forecast and has slightly increased its forecast while maintaining the call for an extremely active Atlantic hurricane season in 2024. The forecast was slightly increased due in part to Hurricane Beryl. CSU forecasters have increased their prediction from 23 named storms to 25 named storms, including Alberto, Beryl, and Chris. It also predicts 12 hurricanes instead of 11, with 6 predicted to become major hurricanes instead of 5. Islands like Grenada and Tobago, to the extreme south of the Caribbean chain, have to be particularly concerned due to the lower latitude of the formation of Beryl. At Caribbean Perspective, we are urging all islanders to take this season seriously and take every measure to prepare adequately to save lives and lessen unlikely injuries and damages. A week after Hurricane Beryl hit Carriacou, Grenada, the island is still coming to grips with the devastation. CBC's Crystal Height has been deployed there with the Sedima Rapid Needs Assessment Team and filed this report.
Hurricane Beryl made landfall here in Carriacou, Grenada on Monday with maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. The Category 4 hurricane flattened Carriacou, claiming lives and leaving nothing but devastation in sight.
It was terrible. We couldn't come out. The rain started falling, the wind started blowing, and here comes the roof fall. Right inside the house. And we tried again to go. Couldn't make it.
You were trying to leave the house?
I couldn't make a move. It was a very sad, sad day. I experienced Janet. I was 14 years old, but this was the worst. And I still want to say thank you, Jehovah, for giving us life.
An emotional Monica McLawrence recounting surviving Hurricane Beryl. Albertine Emmons says it was a near-death experience for her and her family.
Me and my 2 children, we proceeded to the bathroom to shelter if anything should happen. And that wind was so strong. I felt the entire building shake as if it was an earthquake, And it was very, very, very scary. And I just thank God. And I stood there for about an hour and a half or maybe more because I couldn't even keep track of the time. Just uttering words of prayer. Lord, if it's anything, just protect us, save our lives.
There have been at least 3 confirmed deaths so far. Several local, regional, and international agencies continue to assess the damage and the immediate needs of the people. Reporting from Carriacou, Grenada, Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines now has more than 700 people in 40 shelters. Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDEMA, Elizabeth Riley, who is on the ground in Union Island doing assessment, gives an update.
With respect to mainland St. Vincent, we can confirm that there are approximately 40 shelters open with 755 shelterees. Relief supplies are being distributed to affected communities, not just in mainland St. Vincent, but also in the Grenadines. And the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues its close collaboration with regional as well as international partners. With respect to the Grenadine Islands, as you can well imagine, the damage assessment process is now very well underway. There has been approximately 98% damage to buildings and structures on the island, and this includes, with respect to housing, approximately 95% damage to buildings and structures on Petit, St. Vincent, as well as Canouan. And we know that about 30% of the population on Bequia has been impacted, and a similar percentage for mainland St. Vincent. 100% of the persons on Union Island, Canouan, have been impacted as well. And of course, the priority needs of the states has been changing somewhat.
In other news, after 48 years of being pegged to the US dollar at a fixed rate of EC $2.70 to the US dollar, the EC dollar remains strong and stable. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, Timothy N.J. Antoine, says the strength and stability of the EC dollar is a tremendous source of pride for the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Andre Huey of SK Newsline reports.
It was on the 7th of July 1976 that we first pegged the EC dollar to the US dollar. And today is the 48th anniversary of the peg. This is a tremendous source of pride for our region because it represents stability. The value of the dollar 48 years ago, in terms of the parity, is the same as it is 48 years later. It gives confidence to you, our customers, you, the people of our currency union. You know the value of your deposits today is going to be the value, inflation aside, tomorrow, because the parity is the same. You know you can come in and get your foreign exchange without any restrictions or foreign exchange controls. And for investors, you know that when you are ready to repatriate your profits, your dividends, there are no controls. You can invest freely and you can recover your investment and repatriate freely.
Governor Antoine noted that some countries do not experience that stability. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
The ECCB Monetary Council is reviewing new images which could be placed on future EC banknotes. This initiative is part of an ongoing process which began in July of 2023 to replace the image of the late Queen Elizabeth II on the notes. Central Bank Governor Timothy Antoine provided an update during an exclusive interview with ABS News.
The Monetary Council will soon formally approve what the new images will be, and then we will have some time to get them designed and produced. It will not happen immediately because right now we have a lot of notes in stock from the existing inventory. So we will have to use those up.
Barbadians now have a new option for affordable flights within the region. It comes with the creation of a Frontier Airlines service between Barbados and Puerto Rico. Shakira Griffith of CBS News reports.
Just in time for summer, low-cost carrier Frontier Airlines has launched a thrice-weekly non-stop service between Barbados and Puerto Rico. The inaugural flight touched down at the Grantley Adams International Airport on July 6 to much fanfare. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, Andrea Franklin, has welcomed the development.
New service from Frontier Airlines not only opens up the Northern Caribbean to Barbados, but it also opens up gateways from the USA with connections through Puerto Rico, which we welcome as an additional market, an additional route into the island. Especially at this time as we go into summer with crop over, this is a welcome opportunity for persons to take advantage of the low-cost carrier with the connecting airfares via Puerto Rico to Barbados.
Senor Fernando Vasquez of Frontier Airlines hopes the new route will restore the frequency of travel between the two countries.
I remember the days that this used to be a very heavy traffic among the two countries, Puerto Rico and Barbados, and we're really looking forward to have that traffic again.
And he says there's a possibility even more flights could be added.
Come here every day. You know, that's something we should keep in our mind as we progress with the loads of the flights, which we are looking forward to be a very successful one, especially for women that want to go and buy things in San Juan. It's our, we're really looking forward to keep adding more flights.
Currently, flights are scheduled for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
In this CNC3 Business Watch, Heritage Petroleum assures it is profitable despite covering various expenses and debts inherited. CNC3's Peter Christopher reports.
Chairman of Heritage Petroleum Michael Kwamina says the company remains profitable. While addressing a media appreciation event hosted by the state company on Friday, Kwamina notes that it has managed to produce significant returns to the Trinidad and Tobago economy while managing its various debt obligations.
Our remittances in taxes, royalties and levies over the past 5 years have amounted to over $8.226 billion, while at the same time we have met all of our significant debt obligations since inception. This is a true testament to our commitment to our stakeholders.
RBC Royal Bank has relaunched its Young Leaders Program in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank. Karina Coburn, the IDB country representative, says the Young Leaders Program could provide new approaches to the reduction of carbon emissions.
So the projects you choose to work on this summer could be very important indeed. At my organization, the IDB, one of the areas that we work on is promoting the low carbon economy. This means doing things that can help to reduce carbon dioxide emissions.
Education Minister Dr. Nian Gatri-Dolly says programs such as these are crucial to creating a culture of sustainability and renewable energy.
If we want to change things in Trinidad and Tobago and to change mindsets, then we have to start with what's happening with our children in school. And that is the whole thrust of cultural transformation through education.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, has again praised the Gaston Brown administration for its efforts to establish the Five Islands campus. Sir Hilary was speaking at the opening cocktail at the Artificial Intelligence Conference held at Hodges Bay Resort on Monday night.
Prime Minister of this great nation thought it appropriate to win the support of his citizens here to host the fifth campus of the University of the West Indies. This is an historic achievement. We have been pursuing this objective for over 40 years. And finally, 5 years ago, the Prime Minister and his government said, yes, we will have a UWI campus here in Antigua.
am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.